Hi everyone, happy weekend and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you my top trade setup, the one I currently have open and the one I'm planning to trade next week. So sit back and let's get right into it. Right, so as funny as it may sound, today we're going to be starting with Euro GBP. That's funny, right? Because I mean, who cares about Euro GBP? But I kind of do. And why do I have to? Because currently I'm in a trade and it's been one of the most consistent trades I've actually had to trade this week so far. And why is that? First, because it was quite slow, very, very slow. And you can see this whole thing kind of make me it gave me some a little bit of an outburn that I felt like let me just get out of this trade very early. Okay, during this week, the video is one of the video I recorded this week. You can check it out. And I want to get out of it if it break above to retest this area. But I mean, that's where it comes to having the trade management. Okay, trade management is psychological. You need to put your feet down. You need to understand the system. You need to understand yourself at the same time. Okay, so I was ready to close the trade if you push to the upside and started going against the original trend that I had forecasted with this trend line basically. All right, unfortunately, okay, the CPI that came out on Wednesday, I mean, was it Wednesday or Thursday? I can't really remember. I think it's on Thursday. This week kind of pushed the price a little down to it pushed it down since Monday that I opened the trade. Okay, all of these happened. Okay, and then Wednesday came, the market jumped down, and since then you can see it's going down. Now, number one, some of you might be like, okay, don't you know that Euro GBP is actually a consolidating pair? I kind of do, but sometimes it doesn't depict the fact that you were just angry. You're just like not feeling it because you want the money, you want the market to move in your direction, but it's not doing it. So you know you can't force it. The best you can do is just do what? To plan your exit, which I did, but fortunately it's working my way. So right now, Euro GBP seems to be working very well for me, and I'm going to keep it for as long as possible. You can see my trading stop is already active, so I'm just going to watch to see how this unravels as far as it goes. Then the second trade I was in this week, and by using was is because the trade has actually closed out in my trading stop has been triggered, so I was out right here. Okay, that was my gold trade. I started trading my stop from here, and then I adjusted it to this place. And when I saw this move to the upside, I decided to adjust my trading stop here. And this market actually, I mean, on Friday, which during the PPI data, the market did a very strong pullback and then had me closed out. Don't forget, I've actually closed a chunk load of my trade already. So this was a profitable trade. And as far as I'm concerned, this area at the top here, it's quite sentimental and it's quite psychological anyway. So some of the time, most of the time when the market is very close to the all-time high, we might see two things. First, we might see a very sporadic move that will just bounce up something like this, or we could see a psychological retest, meaning the market will very close to it, do some kind of price action, and then will just continue to go down. All right, that is why I was quite conflicted to put my trading stop here. I could have put it here to stay there, but I felt why not? Let me just get out of the trade as soon as possible. I've already made quite enough for myself, and I'm grateful for that. So why don't I just chill out? And also, I saw a very decisive entry on silver. As you all know, silver and gold they move almost the same thing. Okay, they move in almost similar pattern, almost the same way. All right, the same thing kind of drives them. All right, so I figured if I'm gonna join silver, I would rather just get out of gold, and I was able to join silver, which is the next pair I'll be touching now. Okay, it's another trade I have currently running. So I joined silver quite early. All right, it was right. It was rather a very nice trade. Okay, after this pullback, all right, I joined silver here and slowly, it seems to be in a very nice profit now. That's a very small one, anyways. Okay, as you can see right here, but this is my buffer, which is my stop loss. So if the price decided to come below here, then I'll be out, and then I might take another buy from here. But as far as gold is concerned, unless I see a much deeper pullback, let me quickly go back to gold for a minute. All right, unless I see a much deeper pullback, probably back to this zone. Okay, maybe back to this level right here, then I might look for another buy to the upside. But I'm not going to trade silver and at the same time trade gold. I have to pick one, the one that looks quite decent or that looks the best. Okay, although as far as gold is concerned, gold is much faster and it's more consistent than silver, but I prefer silver. I also love silver because it moves in a very decent pattern. Okay, you can see we have double top right here, the market pullback. Okay, retesting this major zone. All right, so I think this all-time high is also going to get triggered. And joining here, it's very good because I have a very decent risk to reward. Okay, I have, I think, 1.1:4 risk to reward right there. So it's a very decent trade, provided that it goes my way. The reason why I had to leave good is because I already take the best part of the trade when it comes to buy. Unless we have a new all-time high forming on gold, that's when I can be like, okay, maybe it was too early. But if the all-time high got rejected and the market decides to push back again after retesting it the third time or the second time, as the case may be, then I would say, well, it's a good trade for me on good. But silver for now, I think I am in for a very nice ride. So I'm waiting on this and I'll keep it for the rest of the week, which is next week. And then USD JPY was a very weird one. I took a loss there, okay, because of the PPI data. Although the PPI data came strong for dollar, all right, we're supposed to see a bullish move for dollar, but I think sentimentally the market reacted to it in a much negative way. And also Bank of Japan, the BOJ, the BOJ also released some statements, some report last week, on Friday, basically. I don't want to say last week because today is Saturday, Friday was just yesterday. So they released some report last week, and yesterday. You know what I'm trying to say, okay, about the intervention, which in a way had an impact in this, okay. So that was quite dramatic, okay. This is not a Bank of Japan intervention in the currency is not a news. All right, basically it's not a news. So I've seen that happen for a very long time. Okay, like multiple times. So I was ready, but I didn't see that coming. What my forecast was actually to see a repetitive pattern in the price of Japanese yen. I mean dollar yen. So this is what I was actually forecasting. As you can see right here, the same thing happened here. The market was going up a little bit before the intervention came, and then it went back down, and then it went back up. So maybe we're going to see this another retest, then the yen will also go back up. So I don't know, but I would like to see something like that. So if there's an opportunity to take another buy on yen, I will still take a new buy. All right. So what are the pairs I'm looking forward to trade next week? So yen is no more there, so I have to remove yen from my open trades. As far as gold is also concerned, I'm out of gold. So which pair I'm actually looking forward to trade next week? Let's start with the USDC HF. So dollar sweet is another pair I'm actually looking forward to trade, and it has to start from this particular candle. Actually, when I checked it last night, I thought I've actually missed out a lot from it, because the reason I didn't actually join the trade earlier was because of the fundamental that came out yesterday, the PPI data that was quite hawkish. That came out hawkish for dollar, but was sentimentally disturbed. So we saw this spike to the downside, the spike to the upside, quite minimal, right? And then the market just rested after that. So it wasn't really what I was forecasting, what I was expecting as far as dollar is concerned. I was expecting a much bullish move, all right, something that looks like this, the CPI that came out yesterday. But sometimes that's why you don't just trade fundamentally blindly. You have to be patient, you have to be strategic, and also you have to be technically aligned with the news and with your thought process. Basically, at least that's what I do. Okay, so I am actually waiting to see what happened moving forward. Maybe by the time market open on Monday properly during the London session. I'm not going to join this during the Asian market. I'm going to join during the London market, and I'll just see how this goes moving forward. And I think it's going to be a very nice risk to reward ratio. That should be around 1:3.9. It's always, for me, trading is always about risk to reward ratio. Okay, it's not about profit and loss. It's basically about the risk to reward ratio. If I can get a better risk to reward ratio around 3, 4, 5% per my reward over my risk, okay, I will be I'll be profitable on a long period of time. Okay, it's always about that, not because of the 1:1 or 1:2. Anybody can get that 1:1. Easy, just pick the trade, put a stop loss, or don't even use stop loss at all. Okay, so that's easy. But for me, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 is actually that's always been my plan. That's why I kind of I kind of gravitate into the higher time frame, the 8 hour, the daily, and the 4 hour bands. Okay, I would have actually just make 1:1 and 1 hour, 15 minutes, as the case may be. I kind of do sometimes. Okay, anytime I'm not quite feeling the market or the higher bands, basically. So what am I talking about right now? It's to see the continuation of this bearish candle that started last week yesterday, basically. So when I see what happened here, that would be the determinant for me to enter the trade. Okay, I would also love to see a very bearish candle first, okay, before I now start taking the trade. All right, but the London session will determine this, and I would really love to see. I would really love to get into this trade. And also with what I'm seeing on DXY right now, it seems like we might get into this trade earlier than expected. And I'll be going to DXY next just to see, just to know what the dollar is actually doing or what it's saying as of now. So now heading back to DXY, currently DXY is in a very, it's in a more like a conundrum. Basically, let me just change the time to the daily bands. Okay, so now DXY was quite bearish yesterday, despite the hawkish fundamentals that came out for it yesterday. So it closed lower. As a matter of fact, it closed lower than expected. All right, and this is very, very psychological and very important, because now are we going to see a rebound that happened early June, or we're going to see a rebound that happened during the in late April or early March, basically? Because in April we saw the same thing. In March we saw a rebound from the retest of this support level. Okay, this is March, this is April, and this is June. Now we have it in July also. All right, so what is going to happen here is we're going to get a rebound, move to the upside, or this might be the time we get a break to the downside and then dollar gets extremely weakened. All right, I don't know, and I'm very sure nobody really knows. I'm not even sure Jerome Powell knows. Okay, but we just have to see how the market react to this level. That is why I'm taking I'm a little bit backward. I'm taking a chill on my dollar pairs so I don't jump into it too early and then get flushed out in loss. Okay, when I can easily just avoid it. So the two things will happen here. I want to see a candlestick that closes above here. If at all I'm ever going to take a buy, I want to see a candlestick, a daily candle that closes above here. Okay, and if I'm ever going to take a short trade, I want to see a break to this break of the support level, a decisive pullback, and then I want to see it resisted from here, then candlestick formation that looks bearish. Then I'm going to take the short trade. Stop loss is going to be above here. My entry might be probably here based on where the pullback started and ended, and then I will look for a short trade all the way down to around 100 basically. Okay, so that is my thought process on DXY, and that would technically puts me align my thought on other major pairs as far as the currency is concerned: USD CHF, pound dollar, euro dollar, and the rest. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting pair to trade. July this month, basically, because July is still very young. We have like 4 to 4.5 weeks this month, so we still have like 2 more weeks to see what's going to happen in the market this month. So I'm really excited to see what happened to DXY. So moving to USD CAD, I have a similar trade setup on USD CAD, just the same as I had on USD CHF. As you can see, this is actually right. It is quite there, as you can see. Thank God that actually just jumped there. Okay, but I'm gonna delete it anyways. I'm gonna draw it again. All right, so we have this range band here, and I think this should be around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is like 2 weeks range band right there. Okay, 2 trading weeks anyways. Okay, it's not like Monday to Friday. It's Monday to Friday, not like Monday to Sunday. Okay, so 2 trading weeks right there. So this is bound to be a break to the upside or a break to the downside on the USD CAD. So what happened to DXY will determine what's going to happen to UCAD as well. All right, so this is why I'm also waiting on UCAD, and it's one of my top trade setup. Okay, it's one of my top trade setup. I would really love to see this, and the risk to reward is going to be very amazing as well, because if I'm able to join a trade around there after the pullback, okay, if I get to join a trade, my stop loss is going to be very tiny. All right, and by tiny on a daily time frame, I mean maybe few hundred pips thereabout. Let me go check. Like 77 pips, not too much, but I don't know. It's all determined on how the pullback happens, how the breakout happens, how the pullback happens, then the candlestick that takes me in. That's what determines my stop loss. So, but this is just like the plan. So I'm gonna have like maybe 80 to 90 or even 100 stop loss. And with what I can see, this was gonna be my target. Okay, the 2022 low, if I can get it, and then that will be like 1:1.6, 1:6.3 or 6.5 basically. So this is a very good risk to reward ratio, and this is why I love to trade a higher time frame. You get to wait. I might wait for like 2 months to see all of this happen, and I'm ready to see it play out that way. So NZD card. So what's the plan on NZD card? NZD seems to be in a dramatic move right now, and I love to see it. I really love it, though I'm not sure about my buy plan on this, but I would really love to see the sell plan play out. Okay, for me to take a buy plan, I want to see something like this: a break and a pullback. Okay, I want to see the market actually retesting this area and using it as area of support. Okay, for me to take a buy trade. But the reason I might not take this is because this is very short. I won't get a very good risk to reward here. Okay, I won't really get a very good. Maybe I will get maybe 1:3, or I mean 1:2.5 basically, or 1:2 actually. So this might be something I will take, not with all seriousness. But when it comes to shorting it, I would really love to see it actually come all the way down here, pull back, and then continuation. This would give me around 1:3.5, which would be very much better for me to trade. Okay, so this is what my first price on NZD card. Okay, and I would really love to see it play out this way so I can get into it and make some really decent profit out of it if it happens to go my way, provided that fundamentals then kick in and then destroy the whole setup for me in a jiffy or in the blink of an eye. All right, because fundamentals sometimes just destroy the whole system and then you just have to start finding your foot, okay, in the market. But if that happens not to play out that way, or the fundamentals that comes in the next few weeks are very productive and they move the market in my direction, then that would be very, very awesome for me. Okay, so that is that about that. And then we go to Euro New Zealand dollar, another one of my top setup. Okay, Euro New Zealand dollar, it's very cool because I was waiting for it throughout last week to see a breakout of this structure and a pullback, but that didn't play out that way. As a matter of fact, I was thinking maybe I was gonna take in a trade here, but I missed it because it was among my low scale setup. Okay, it was around this waiting group or last week. All right, I just take it up when I was replanning myself this morning. All right, so now I want to see a pullback to my golden area. Okay, my golden spot. Okay, Fibonacci golden spot, so I can take it back at a more discounted area. All right, so if I can get this pullback, get a candlestick entry right there on maybe 4 hour or 8 hour time frame, I will look for a buy trade to the upside, which will be very cool for me. Okay, that will be my own plan and my thought process as far as Euro New Zealand dollar is concerned. It's very, very sporadic. It is highly volatile, and I just want to be patient with Euro New Zealand dollar. As far as I'm concerned. The next trade is Euro CHF. So Euro CHF is another pair that I was waiting for it to see how it goes because I took some buy few weeks ago on Euro New Zealand dollar, Euro CHF. I took a trade around there. My stop loss was below here actually, and I closed the trade at the top here at this first high. Right, I was actually trailed out because of the gap. Okay, this gap, this bearish gap that happened, you can see that gap was actually what took me out in my trading stop. You know, my trading stop was right there. This took me out, and then the market, I just lost faith in the whole thing. And I was in another trade. I was in gold by then. I was in Euro GBP, so I just let it go. All right, I left it to just go its way, not knowing that okay, the trend is just getting started. Excuse me. So the next plan now is just to see if I can get an entry this by Monday, okay, so I can continue driving it. Probably we're gonna get all the way to 2023 low. I think that must be a support level for it to be low 2023, but I would love to see see what that really means. Let me actually go there real quickly. So this is the weekly band. Let's see how. Okay, no, that was 2023 high. So I guess it was just so 2023, yeah, that was fine. Yes, now we see that okay, there's a possibility of us actually getting to this level right here. Okay, all right. So let's move this to the upside. Let's come here. So this is next ITP. I think that's much better than where it was before. So okay. That's really, really good. I don't know why it wasn't placed there before. All right, so this is the next target for my buy buyers, my bullish buyers on Euro CHF, and this would be a very good place to look for the next target. I will be really interested in this pair moving forward. As fast by next week, we see how it goes. Okay, next week it looks quite bullish. All right, and don't forget, guys, this also right here is an extension. Right, it's a very big extension, and yeah, I mean this whole move might just be a corrective move just to see the market actually come all the way down. So I'm not discounting that, but at the same time, with this move, I think a buy is cool. But if you get to see a break below here, then taking a short trade would be nice. But I don't want to be too dramatic about this. I just want to follow the momentum that I can currently see, which is a bullish momentum, and then I will just follow it like that. So that is that on Euro CHF. This is useless now. It's got to be deleted. So let's see how this goes. All right, then I have crude oil right here. So the Udor is another pair that looks quite decent so far. However, I've seen crude oil ranges a lot lately. And like by lately, I mean right here. Okay, I took just a lot of trade last month that was very terrible. It got me into a lot of drawdowns. Okay, I took some trade here also. I think that was very, it got me into a lot of drawdown before I get into the profitable trade. So what I've learned so far from WTI is that if you're not patient enough and you're using a tight stop loss, okay, pair like gold, silver, and WTI, they tend to just take you out in loss before they give you your profit. Okay, imagine you're shorting from here. Okay, market went up, take you out in loss. It went down again, just showing you as if it's gonna go down. You took another shot from here, went back up, closed you out in loss, then start dropping. And then if you are not fortunate enough, I mean, you are someone like me that is like we are hardcore into trading price action. You now take another short trade, maybe you have gotten this kind of profit. All right, that might have made sense, or probably you are traded out in very small profit anyways, but these losses are there, okay, and it might mess your psychology up as a trader, especially if you're just coming up into the realm of price action. And possibly, or maybe fortunately for you, you take this buy because I took it. Maybe you get like all those 3 to 5% from this trade, and then you are now happy eventually. So that might have corrected all these losses that you made here, but most of the time, these losses are actually very avoidable, especially as far as WTI is concerned, because the range is a little bit sometimes as well. So that's why just have to be very patient. And trading them on the smaller time frame doesn't work most of the time. I've tried it on 1 hour; it doesn't really work that way. Okay, but so far on the 8 hour band, on daily band, it looks really cool. Okay, so what I'm saying, what is the meaning? What is the essence of all my story? Is because of this move right here. You can see we have, it looks like a counter trend is about to set up. Right, you can see the break of this trend line has happened. The market break this trend line here, and then it went back to retest the previous key zone, the broken key zone. Now, if you get to see the continuation of this bearish momentum, it will really make a whole lot of sense. Okay, trend line broken, initial structure broken, it's been retested. Now we have to wait for what? The continuation. Well, I don't know where it's gonna go to. Is it coming back to this area? Or is it just gonna come back to retest this place and fly to the upside? I really do not know. And when I don't know stuff like this, I just tend to like sit back a little bit and just wait for it. But it's there because WTI is kind of pair that will give you 4 to 5% in few weeks or few days actually. Not like Euro GBP that will be long before you can even get 1:2 if you actually just give you that anyways. So that's why I'm actually adding this to my top setup. Okay, it's not like it's the best. Actually, it is not. But because of its sporadicity and then its volatility, so I really love to see that, and that's why I'm actually into this trade and I'm waiting patiently for it. Not because of any other thing. It's because of the money I want to make from it, though. So AUDCHF, I genuinely would love to see. You guys knew like some days ago. I mean, through last week and the week before that, I've been buying AUDCHF. I started buying from here. Okay, I got close out here. Then another one, when the pullback happened, I took another buy here, and this trading stop actually got me close out at break even right here. So I make 1% from here. I broke even here. So it's been a very nice trade for me so far. So far on AUDCHF, and I would probably look for another buy setup if I get if this resistance got broken. But if not, I will just take a counter trend to the downside first, and then I will take a very better buy once the market reaches that key zone right there at the bottom. Okay, so that's my thought process on AUDCHF. I'm not that hanging on to this, and that's why it's below WTI right there. Okay, all the pair that is below WTI here, I'm not gonna kill myself on them. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for them anyways. So now let's go to my waiting pair, because I have waiting and I have my own planned out. So that the yellow tag are planned out, and this purple tag are the waiting pair. So I'm waiting on NZDCHF to see how it breaks or how it moves outside of that range that I just spotted out. Okay, and you see what is happening right here. We might get a continuation of this, or maybe we get a breakout and pull back. Once it's broken, pull back and supported right here, I will take a buy to the upside. It looks quite decent, and we have a resistance there. That's 2023 resistance level. And if we finally break below here, pull back, retesting this zone and resisted, I will take a short trade all the way down to April low, basically right there, or maybe all-time low. I don't know, because it's been a very bearish pair. Overall, it's been very bearish for ever. So let's quickly take a look at that to see how bearish NZDCHF actually is. and you see what I'm talking about. You can see it's been bearish for a very, very long time. This is entire move since 2005, 2004 actually. So since 1st of January 2004, which was fortunately on Tuesday, falling that, isn't it? That was actually very funny. The 1st of January 2004 is Tuesday. Wow. All right. So it's been bearish. So I don't see any reason why it's not going to continue. All right. I don't see any reason why ZDCHF is not going to continue. At least probably go to zero or maybe minus. I don't care. I'll just follow the momentum as it leads me because I don't really have any emotional attachment to NZDCHF. So I just want to pick the trade and enjoy myself. So that the plan is just to see how this goes. What happened outside this box. Okay, I'm not a big fan of a range. So I want to say what happens outside this box, but I will be more inclined to take a short trade. You understand, because of the momentum I can see on the weekly, on the monthly bounce. Okay, I would rather just take this short trade. If it happens to break out below here, my stop loss is going to be above here. Target this area first. That should be 1:2. Okay, and then maybe to this bottom here, that should be like take it to maybe 1:4. And my trading stop will just kick in. My trading stop will kick in almost immediately to protect the little dollar I'm blessed with by the almighty market. All right, so that's my plan on NZDCHF. Let's go to euro dollar. Euro dollar is another pair that is quite dramatic this week or this month overall. It's a ranging pair since 2024. Since January 2024, it's been a ranging pair. As a matter of fact, since 2023, it's been a very big range. It's been in the range since it's been like a year now. Yeah, July 2023. It's been in the range, but the range keeps reducing. Okay, we have this bottom, we have this high, this new bottom, high, bottom, high, bottom, high. You can see it keeps reducing. Maybe the next time we see something like this, right? And then it's gonna go like this, and then it's gonna go like this, and then it's going to go like this, and then it will just stop going, and then we just have straight line. That's like I've forgotten a sign of a human being that just lost someone that just died. Maybe we're going to get it. This relates to the death of Hero Dollar. Who knows? I'm just kidding here, but it's actually fun to see Hero Dollar actually reduce its momentum slowly. So the plan is actually very simple and basic. We're going to see the market actually, if the market breaks this trend line, push down and praise this support, I'm going to start looking for a short trade around there after the pullback and resisted. Okay, once the pullback is resisted from breaking up to the upside, I would look for short trade. And I'm not going to go too far than June low, honestly, because I can see what the build-up looks like. It looks like we're going to see the death of euro dollar. You understand this? Something like this. You understand? All right, and then to the head. Okay, I don't care. Maybe I'll stop here. Oh, yeah, and if there's any trade I can pick on, maybe on 1 minute time frame during the death, I will also take it. But if not, I will just leave it to go. So that's fine on euro dollar. But this is the only plan I have for euro dollar. If I'm ever gonna buy euro dollar, I want to see it break above here. Okay, and then start going up. That would be the first place to take a buy. Okay. I'm not sure this match I actually have anything to do with it. It's not gonna hold, it's just gonna break it, and then that's all. The only thing I can see it's actually holding the price is 2024i and then 2023i. Those are the targets. Okay, and those are the ones that will give me 30% should be right here, and then maybe 3 to 4% should be right there. Okay, and this would be like 6 to 8%, because I won't be risking anything more than 50 pips on this trade. Okay, there's no point in risking more than 50 pips. So right there would be very decent place right here would be a very better place to take a buy, and right here would be the continuation of the death of euro dollar with the sinus. The sinus. I'm not even sure if sinus is the meaning of that. We all know that thing I used to show and we used to watch in the movie, because I rarely go to the hospital. So that thing we used to see in the movie, like, okay, it's reducing. Oh, the BP is dropping. This is dropping, and then that would just be the end of everything. All right. So I don't know, but we shall see. We shall see. Well, I would really love to take the short trade if it happens. And with weakness in dollar, don't forget weakness in DXY. That means I will end up getting my buy trade. But if dollar got really stronger next week or week after that, then we might see the death of euro dollar. All right, or maybe it just drop. Okay, to just drop to the 2023 low. I don't care. I don't want to sell until it stops selling. Then I'll start buying until you stop buying. Just follow the market momentum. Follow the price action. Simple as that. So that's my plan on euro dollar. The next pair is NZD USD. Almost the same thing as euro dollar. Okay, as you can see, NZD seems to be ranging very well and very nicely. Okay, so the best. Okay, excuse me. Let me not delete that. Let me not delete that. Even though it doesn't really have much. It's not of much importance, but I just want to leave it there, basically. Okay, okay. I think that's fine. So I'm gonna leave it there just to see the picture in a much faster in a much clearer terms, basically. So right now, I want to see a break above here to look for buy, or a break below here to look for sell. That's it. And 2024 low, maybe this is 2023 low, so to speak. So it's gonna be a very decent one on NZD as well. Or we might just get the continuation of the low of the range, and then that will also end up to being the death of NZD. But you guys know I'm just kidding about all of these deaths. It's never gonna happen that way. No matter how range bands persist, there's gonna be a breakout at a point, and those breakouts are where I will be waiting for the price to do, so I can take a shot or a buy. All right. So all these tops I have spotted, all this January 2024 resistance, December high, they are not that cool. All right. We are gonna get a break above. It's gonna be very fast. It might look like something like this. Okay, that it should be unstoppable. All right, just see the break, pull back, and then market will just keep tipping it up. Probably we're gonna get the high of 2022 or the high of 2021, basically. Okay, as far as NZD is concerned, let's actually see the high, the resistance that we can actually target. Yes, something like this. Okay, something like this right here. Not that. Where's my part? Okay, part level. Okay, something like that at the top. Okay, and that would just be the best part of NZD as far as I'm concerned. All right, so is pound CHF. Okay, and as you can see, pound CHF seems to be a little bit far gone. Okay, it seems like it's gone, and it did not. It happened that it didn't carry me along, and I'm not holding any grudges against it. All right, so actually not quite I don't think I'm also very much interested in the play anymore. So, but it's one of it. The plan initially was just to see the market actually come all the way down here. Okay, the plan was to see it from here to come here to retest this level for me to take a buy, but it failed to happen that way. So I decided to just let it fly, to let it go. All right. So I'm not holding any grudges, of course. I'm just telling you. And secondly, I don't think I'm actually interested in the pair anymore. So that's that. Then we have pound dollar. Okay, pound dollar will be the last currency pair for today. Okay, as far as I'm concerned. So pound dollar looks quite decent as well. All right, pound dollar looks quite decent. However, it seems to be very, very bullish right now. It seems to be very bullish, and probably this is the reason why my Euro GBP is also slow. Because don't forget, I'm selling Euro against GBP. Though Euro is strong and pound is strong. As far as I'm concerned, you can see Euro dollar. You can see the way it's beating dollar, and you can see Euro card also the way it's beating card. I'm gonna show you later. Euro is quite strong. Okay, EU is strong. Okay, and then we have GBP. Pound also is quite very, very strong. Okay, so that is why that might be that is actually the reason why Euro Pound is actually slowing down, and it's not giving me that fast pace that I was expecting or I was anticipating for. But I'm not holding grudges again, like I said, and I'm just gonna wait to see how this all goes and how it all plays out. Right. So back to what is happening in pound dollar. Okay, if I'm ever going to take any trade on pound dollar, I would generally, sorry, so forgive me guys, I'm using my PC now to to analyze to complete the whole video. So let's go. So all right, so if I'm ever going to take a trade on pound dollar, I want to see it come all the way down here to retest this level for me to take it back. All right, so if it didn't come down to this level, if it's not retesting my golden spot, which is 50% or 61.8 Fibonacci level or Fibonacci retracement level, I'm not going to take any trade on pound dollar. Okay, it can as well just keep going. I wish them all the best to wherever it's gonna go. But if I'm ever gonna take a plan, if I'm ever gonna take a trade on pound dollar, if it returns this place, I'm not gonna take it. I want to see it at this discount level, discount price, so I can take a buy trade and I can target 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Okay, as the case may be. We have a couple of eyes at the top that pound I can actually get to. So those will be my targets as it goes. But for short trade, I don't think I have any plan for short trade for now. I'm only focusing on my buy trade anyways. So this Euro card I said I'm going to share with you just to show you what is going on Euro card. You can see Euro is also bullish. We have Euro card bullish, Euro CHF, you've seen it before, it's very bullish. Euro NZ is bullish. So that simply tell you that Euro is bullish, pound is bullish, and they're just overpowering each other. They just have to like counter each other to see which one is actually the strongest. And then that's why my Euro GBP is in a very, very dramatic move right now. But so far, I think I've seen a very decent move to the downside of the Euro GBP, and it's very good. So lastly, let's talk about BTC, and then as I wrap the whole video up right now. So BTC is still in this small conundrum. and it's finding it hard to actually break back to the upside. Okay, it's finding it really, really hard. So, and if BTC failed to break above the 60,000 mark, the 60K mark, it failed to break above it, 60K to 62K, that mark, and there's this zone right here, 60 to 62K mark. All right, if it failed to break above that zone, then we might find it hard to actually continue the bullish momentum, because if you're ever gonna get our 100K, you can't just jump from here and just jump to 100K. That is more like never gonna happen. So it has to come to 60K, make peace with it, break above it, 62K, make peace with it, break above it, 70K, make peace with it, break above it. Then we cannot sit at 100K that everybody wanted to. But personally, I wouldn't mind to see it actually come a little bit down to maybe the 50,000. Okay, 50,000. So I can take some new buy and still go up. And if peradventure it comes all the way to 45K, I won't mind to take another buy. But where I don't want to see it is anything below 45 or 40K. Okay, if it comes down here, then we can take another buy. I'll be buying all along the way. The moment it touch 50, I will buy again. If it touch 45K, I will buy. If it touches 40K, I will buy. All right. So those are the level I want to see it. And those levels are possible if the market break below this flag pattern that we can see obviously at the top right there. Okay, if it break this pattern right here, this particular level right there, if it breaks below it, and we might see BTC actually come all the way down. All right, we're going to see something like this. It's going to look exactly something very close to this. Okay, and then maybe when we get to 50K, we might get a new push to the upside. Or maybe it's about time to actually touch 45K before you now push to the upside. Okay, but you can see all my buyers are bullish because, of course, I'm a big fan of BTC, at least for now, as far as I'm concerned. And if you're not part of us, please join us as soon as possible, because we want to see BTC actually jump to 100K, 200K. That will make everybody happy. All right, that will make everybody happy. So that's my plan. And if any of this fail to happen, then maybe we're gonna see BTC at 20K. I don't even want to put that there because that would be very, 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 very painful. But it will be there, and definitely I will still take some really, really good buy. All right, I'll take some really good buy at that 25K basically. And after 25K, we also have another support at, I think, 15K, 15,500 right there. So all these levels are there just to be there. I hope they're just there to be there, and then the market will never retest it. But if it happens that the market actually went all the way back to those levels, yeah, we're going to get another buy, because overall, I'm quite bullish on BTC for now, and I will remain bullish on BTC. So, but the first challenge for BTC, for bull on BTC, is to see this mark actually get broken to the upside. Okay, this 62 to 60K zone has to be broken. Once it is successfully broken, we're going to see the continuation to the upside quite easily. Okay, so that's my plan on BTC, and that's kind of like wrap all my setup up for this weekend. I'm going to catch you on Monday morning to see how the market open and how we're going to enter all our top trade setup and plans. Have a nice day. Bye bye.